Hey, hey, gang! Why? Wait, shoot! I forgot to turn on my lights. Hang on. Attempt number 2. There we go. How is everybody? Hello, Mehmet. Hello, Horangi. Hello, Purple Critter. Hello, Lights on Rise. Hello, Exploring in Space. Hello, Books and Knives. Andrika. Hello, Loyalty. Hello. Irene. Hello. 7 Stream Street. Let's suffer together. Are we suffering? I'm just delighted to be here with you guys. And the fact that the window is open because what's possible is just that the wildfire smoke is not going this direction right now. We'll see. If I start getting, like, you know,
what
tearing up and all.
The embrace of a beautiful maiden and something good to drink.
Jesus, thank you so much, Irene. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy shit. Thank you so much. I'm suffering from a bad case of nerves. I'm so sorry to hear that. That fucking sucks. Thank you so much, Irene. That is unbelievably generous. We don't have a ton of time today. We have enough time. I do need to say thank you to Rampion for the follow. And also, after I rated Pafina, I got the sweetest message. Oh my god, that name! I'm never going to be able to pronounce your name correctly. Saka Bamba Bambaspis Gaming. There we go. I see you saw that you got a sub from Irene. Absolutely lovely. But yeah, I got a wonderful, sweet message. Just to thank me for the raid. It was so sweet. Can we remember the correct name? Yeah, no, absolutely adorable message. So I'm also glad that you happened to get her in that. Thank you. I hope everyone's been well. I had a Happy Tams Day. Happy Tams Day! Doubly so, because in a little over 2 hours, there will be a wave of gifts hitting AO3. Oh shoot, I also need to post that on Tumblr. Well, I can do that after. And then we can all open gifts together. For those of you in the server, you can open gifts together with the rest of us. Everyone else who's not in the server can also still open gifts because they'll be available to all. It'll be beautiful. Chris, hello! Tim Tam time! The best time. I'm gonna open you guys' little window. The music is a bit loud. I mean, we're opening the game, so it works out. We like our Tam here. I appreciate you. I had a dinner with a bunch of mostly medievalists, but also just historians in general yesterday. It was just a couple of us because one of them is going away, moving overseas. Tragically for her, although she is going to a tenure track position. Pavina, I was just saying that you left me such a wonderful message. Thank you so much. Just read the notification for sub gifts, so come immediately here. So now I have you and mine emote together. They're so cute. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. I'm so glad I got to raid you last time. Hopefully I get to do it again. I'd be honored by any raids. I love academic hangouts. It was very fun. Learned some very interesting things. There's one of them was a classicist and a nerd dinner. Yeah, basically. Apparently my area is local enough that the classicist is now like the go-to correspondent. Hey, Scotia. I think that was also Belquistard earlier. For interviews on ancient history and similar and podcasts and such. Summon me? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. I also realized we need to buy... I had this realization right before I got, like, I started streaming. I was like, oh my god, I have to buy tailor kits. I have to buy tailor kits. We can't go through the rest of the game looking frumpy. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be a local classics expert once upon a time. Fair. Although they get asked the weirdest questions. Like, my supervisor at one point was interviewed, and she was asked if, God, was it...
Good morning, Henry.
Good morning. All the best.
Thank you. Take the care.
Take the care. Oh right, cabbages. Wait, have I not? Oh, that's stealing now. It's stealing now? It wasn't stealing earlier, motherfucker. It's gonna be stealing now if I go in there, isn't it? If I get anything. But there was hardly anything, so... Well, I guess I did rate the bodies. Janos is just so sweet. I'm heading to the market. Pookie. I know, I wish we could talk to him. I can obviously compliment him and see what
Morning,
he says.
Henry.
No, he's talking to us.
Good morning, Hans.
No, say more. Say more.
Good, sir.
Well, look at that. Missed me already, eh?
Yes. 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 We miss you.
Lord Capon. It's fucking hot.
I feel like we need to tell Hans that directly. I don't think he has the... What time is it? Oh, it's still early. Okay, the shops actually won't even be open yet. But it does mean that we can go back to the... Yeah, we did. Of course we miss him. At all hours of the day. But someone needs to tell Hans that he is miss-worthy, so to speak. Pookie, say more, please. Coffee and iced tea, you have wonderful taste. Why are we all trashed? What happened? What, did she break the bed with you in it? Herbs. Are there more herbs in my garden? And do I need to eat? Hell of a party, huh? It's a year, evidently. Oh, we are well nourished. Okay. I think I too recently raided my garden. Magdalena took all of his strength, clearly. What happens at the forge stays at the forge. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Like, surely there's going to be a fucking customer that's going to want Kingdom Come delivery.
The herbs will have to wait.
God damn it. Fine. Fine. But yeah, as I was saying, so my supervisor was apparently interviewed. I wouldn't talk after a wild night, Franz. That's true. Yeah. Give me one reason to use this one. I love you. Which voice lines is Lord Capon is fucking hot spliced together from? I don't remember. I need to double check. I'll double check. Because I'm fairly certain it's Lord Capon is fucking and hot. Listen, Riv, I can also just send you the sound file if you want it. We can trade sound files. That would be fun. I don't think Henry at any point says fucking hot or anyone else. Actually, I have Scald open this time. I'm prepared. Okay, one character says, "Ah, that's fucking hot," but it's not Henry. Not necessary. I really just wanted to know how many lines it consists of. 3. Yeah, so she was asked if in Game of Thrones, I want to say it was if Joffrey's and Cersei's wedding would be considered lawful, and my super was like, by canon law or in Westeros, because those are very different things. You should make sound files collectible like Pokemon boards. They should. They should. Do we still have a customer here? Are we no longer popular? I know we went up in popularity. Actually, can we get more stuff? I don't think we can. I think that we've exhausted our ability to renovate. Because I'm still waiting to renovate this, obviously. Everything else, I think, is renovated. Yeah, I feel like that's nicer than having a boar skin or elk antlers. That doesn't seem very Henry to me. Or maybe that's just not very. Hi, Kitta. Hello, baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, my love.
Hey, my hero.
Kitta, something happened. Mehmet, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Kitta, you're getting pets from Anbika and Irene and Robin and Lightflower Rise and Horangi. Oh my gosh. And Mehmet, you're getting so many pets. I put up boar skin and antlers for Hans and hunting. Oh, that's such a good idea, actually. Oh, Hans would love it. You're so right. Kissy from Chris. Pets from Riv. Pets from Pafina. She loves you all. That is such a lie. She has such a resting bitch face. Meal, hello. You came just in time to pet Kitta. You getting pets from Books and Knives? There she is. Sweet baby. There's her resting bitch face. Do you see that? Do you see how resting bitch face he is? How's Cookie doing, by the way? Cookie is still being hand fed. You may also smush your face into her for me as well. I'm the only person who's allowed to do that, for the record. I need to set up my little light that goes at the bottom here, because if I put my head up, I've still got the fucking eldritch eyes. Decorating the forge based on what Hans would like most is the only way I know how to decorate. You're so smart. You're so smart. Yeah, Cookie is being hand fed right now.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Oh, hype train already. Holy shit. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So do it according to all three. Hansry plus myself. Love that. Thank you, Kitta. Did you guys hear that? That was her tail in your face. My glasses on stream evil looking because of the blue light canceling. Yep, same. That's why I have to have lights. Because otherwise, what happened at the beginning when I didn't have lights is I would just keep my head relatively down so that you wouldn't see the fucking eldritch eyes, which of course still happened like this. If I go all the way up, resting bitch face, me and Kitta are the same. She understands you. Not because I'm self-insering, but because I, the player, need to be able to like look into exactly. Yes, Kitta, you're the most important thing in the world. Most important. Love your cat so much. The
You
cats
helped
love
me,
you so much.
and I'll reward you for
Thank
it.
you so much for the 100 bits, Meal. Thank you. Hopefully this time stream won't crash again in the middle of it. And that way all of you will be rewarded on screen in the end credits. Oh my god, I have so much fur in my face. Jesus. Kitty, you're making it very difficult to stream. I hope you know how cute you are and you appreciate how adorable it is that you're here and how much everybody loves you. Because you're making this very hard. Hades has stood over my keys. No! What'd she even do? Oh, hello, my love. Cookie's also now essentially being hand watered.
To brighter tomorrows.
It's where it belongs. Yes. I have a lot of fur in my face. My bad. With the swooshes, same. No, I mean, listen. I also have a lot of fur in my face usually, but as soon as she comes close, I'm like, peh, peh, peh. Pro cats, fluffy and cute. Cons, fur for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have ingested so much fur. Oh, thank you so much for the 10 bits, Pafina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so kind. What were we saying, Kitty? Oh yeah, Cookie. She doesn't tolerate this from anybody else. You can kiss Cookie and you can snuggle Cookie, and Cookie loves snuggles and kisses, but Kitty is not as tolerant. Can I ask you a mod thing in private? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can fur count as fiber? I hope so. But also, apparently, according to my sister's wife is a dietitian, and apparently the lately craze about fiber is actually bad for you. If you have too much of it, it will give you colon cancer. There are people making things with cat fur. That's true. They offer their fur for your enrichment. True. Bye, kitten. She was like, I don't want to make your life harder than it is, Mom. Oh my god, I just realized that my shirt is being chroma keyed. I can't wear yellow. I can't fucking wear yellow. The slowly disappearing Tam. Colon cancer with and without fibers? I assume if you have too much fiber. I heard the message about fibers. Makes so many spare cats from all the fur, right? Too much of anything is bad, yeah. Too much protein. Oh yeah, the craze about protein, holy shit. Yeah, that'll fuck you up. That's what I was talking about. Cookie always tries to eat her hair. Anytime she's brushed, she'll be like, "No, give me back my hair. I need to eat it right now." Um, Bobby sheds all year long. It's enough for several dogs. Oh god, I believe it. Always wants his eye goobs. No. I know Lydia lets the cats eat them. Anyway, good point, well made. This is for Pookie. What do we think? The boar skin? Boar skin feels appropriate for their relationship. Oh my god, that's perfect actually. Lord knows we don't have, like, we do have the money for it. I think everything is done here. If they use it foreskin, I mean, that also is appropriate to go with their relationship. You can also take it down and fuck on it. True! The practical use. Look, Hans, it's the boar you couldn't kill. Exactly! Yeah, here we have, we'll eventually want the mural. But I want to, you know, wait for the nice mural. But we need 30 for that. Like, this one is fine, but it's not, you know, men having gay sex, but... Actually, can we color the back of our house? No, that's weird. Okay. Where's the Hans mural? Exactly! So I'm saying that one, I'd be like, we have to get that score up. I can make you a sexy mural for cheap. Aren't you already making one? Okay, listen. I'm patient, but I don't... Wait. Did they already... In the time we were there, they didn't have enough time to, what, tell us? And say, hey, I have an order for you? Not that I'm complaining, but this does make it less likely that we have to deliver something. Ma'am?
Did anyone show up with an order?
Yes, indeed. A woman stopped by, saying she needs a new axe. Her old one fell apart, so she hopes one from you will be better.
I'll get to it.
So motivated and full of energy. When you're done, come back to me.
Yay! Not Kingdom Come Delivery! You make frosting. Ooh, frosting! Cake. Executioner axe, let's go. Is that it? Is that what we're making? I love that. It is an executioner's axe. Hell yeah! I must prove I'm a skilled blacksmith. Henry, I think you've done that. Woman has axe to grind. Literally. We need to take that off. That is just... Move you guys over here. Do we have anything else that we normally wear there? Yes, there must be. Oh, our coat, of course. Eh. love that axe. Also, women keep ordering that axe in my game. Really? Where's our beautiful coat? There it is. Women love axes? I'm scared. Who wouldn't love a good axe? We need a mod to replace/add Hans mural to the wall painting option in the Forge, right? I tried to medieval art style Hans. I love that style so much. Where is our... There it is. Oh, there it is. He's out, hood on. Absolutely. It feels very Executioner, actually. But yeah, no, my place is like local enough that they'll pick someone and just become that person just becomes the default correspondent for podcasts and TV shows and all sorts of interviews about that particular topic. Got so far that time! Oh my god, you guys might be right. This has made me better at fucking forging shit in this game. Damn, with the good rhythm, for once in my fucking life, it's never been the case before. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is so. This genuinely is impressive. Like, I'd never heard that part of the song before. It's amazing.
That looks like it's almost done.
I wonder how Henry can stand to do this extreme, like, manual labor, all while whistling. I don't think it would be actually possible. Because I miss this game watching you forge, not everything else. There's just something very nostalgic about it. There's something homey about the forge, which we will be returning to out of the main game because Hans at the forge. What is he? Oh, Martin quality. Hell yeah. I just feel like if I try to match the song, I lose my rhythm. Yeah, if I keep counting on my own, the whistles go on for longer. I usually base it off the how long I click the mouse. Love you guys. Thank you. This genuinely does feel special. Lots of hard work went into this. I do heavy manual labor. It's possible to whistle, but only if you keep your breathing steady. It's gotta be hard. It sounds very difficult. What was it? Number? No. A to Z. There we go. That's the one I want. Oh, we need to do this anyway. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. I guess we have stuff to put in that fucking trunk. I don't know if she'll let us sell clothing, though. That would be nice, though. In a blacksmith, I just dig holes. Many things could be done doing that. Are they cool? Or is it like, because we're playing this game, my first thought is like grave digging. Also, I assume that if you're like digging holes nowadays, surely you get to do it with like I don't know what those things are called, like a large car with the, shovel. Tools, essentially, that let you do it. Excavator, yes, thank you. Yesterday's nerd dinner, as it was so aptly put, we kept slipping into talking about, all sorts of history things. And every single time, my advisor's husband was like, shop talk again. This friend of mine, on soil research, we do everything by hand with drills to sample the soil. That's cool as fuck. Do you enjoy it? I also now have a book that I had to get a hold of because I'm curious now. My colleague who's moving overseas for her tenure track position, which is amazing, she read a book about how eunuchs were made in ancient China, actually. And apparently, what does he expect from inviting a whole bunch of academics? So true. I'm currently assisting archaeologists, which is very cool. That's amazing. In a different life, I would have become one of those. There she comes. Anyway, yeah, eunuchs, ancient China. You had a 1 in 10 survival chance.
I'm finished.
Great. Let's see. Great work, Master.
Yeah, apparently she said that she usually has a pretty strong stomach for these things. However, she could not finish reading how it was done. Where is the chest? Mutt. We can feed you.
Look what I have for you.
Not that. But this, yes. We found Neolithic processed stones and Middle Bronze Age potsherds. That's amazing. I wanted to become an archaeologist when I was a kid. Same. Indiana Jones gave me false expectations. I was just obsessed with ancient Egypt. I had all sorts of books. I wouldn't miss a single documentary. I was absolutely obsessed, and then my mother was like, it would be too warm for you. And it deflated. Like a... Oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's those things you put in the oven. They're supposed to blow up, but they don't if you didn't do it right. Mom is right. It's sad. The tumble post, I do not dream of labor. Yeah, honestly, fair. That's how it should be. I assume we're not wearing any of these. That still leaves us with quite a lot. Can we not put the, like, short swords and shit in there? Wait, why is it empty? Oh, I took everything in there! Fuck! God damn it! Okay, I'm gonna... No, I don't want that. Fuck! Okay, this is gonna take forever. Mocking me? Souffle, that's the one, Riv, thank you. Ancient Egypt is cool, but I'm currently really getting into early European societies. It's so interesting. It really is. I did too bad in school. I didn't make a B2 a lot of dreams crumbled. I'm neither a doctor nor lawyer or teacher. Damn you, bad grades in English and math. Do you have Asian parents? Light for the horizon. Okay, what do I need to take out? I need to take out the fancy ones. Okay, it actually didn't transfer all that stuff. Okay, sweet. It only took the stuff that I wanted it to transfer. Alright, all is well. I can't remember if I've ever had a souffle. Okay, I don't want to get rid of that. Absolutely not. And under no circumstances. Just a really weird kid. I mean, honestly, yeah, same. No, our bow. They never commissioned bows, so I think we can. Well, I might keep that one. And we should probably keep these two. I don't really want those in anyone else's hands. Also, our arrows. No, we definitely can't give those away. I mean, we could. We have so many. But also, you know, maybe I'll just get rid of the ordinary arrows. It's not like we use a lot of them. No, expectations from yourself or parents will fuck you up. Dagger common. Parents will fuck. Yeah, parents will fuck you up. It's one of the many reasons I'm like, I don't want to go there. Not for me. Oh, I should fix up the clothing before I try to sell it. No, we can't get rid of Luffy's hat. Is it Luffy? I don't know enough about that anime / manga. St. Hans, take Chris's pain and store it with all the period pain we give you. Yeah. Oh wait, what did Chris say? Can everyone pray to St. Hans that my headache goes away so I can stream today? Yes. We're all praying together. Honestly, St. Hans, I will take period payment in his place. Even that sucks. I get headaches so rarely, so when I get one, I become the whiniest little baby. Until recently, I didn't know about the Kukutini Tripilia culture in what is now Ukraine did build cities or proto-cities before 5500 BC, which is amazing, and I want to learn a lot more about these things. They're so cool. They're so cool. Honestly, I just love history. I just fucking love history. I mean, it makes sense. I can't really... No one here is shocked. Getting my PhD in it and all, but you know. Should maybe also wash that. Also, I fixed those up already or no? Well, I guess we'll find out together. Maybe I already fixed up some of them. Doesn't mean they don't need washing. We need to get a tailor's kit. I'm sure this was thrilling to watch, but you know what? You get like peppered in little history facts, like only 1 in 10 attempts at making a eunuch survive. Which, yay! Such cheerful things! Oh god, I guess we should also maybe... We just need to go shopping! I need more repair kits. I wish we could make them ourselves, honestly. Like, I feel like that would be a fun mechanic. Made a mistake studying biology instead of history. Fair. I did a lot of early modern history and Celtic studies. That's cool. In a different life, I'd have been in the history field, or maybe one day I'll just reorient myself. Who knows? I love that ability for humanity to reinvent itself. I should do a part-time course to get my history degree. Hey, why not? It's so bad in history class, but I had a shitty teacher. That'll do it. He made defenestration boring. Jesus Christ. The cat is meowing very loudly, which I can only assume is her asking to pass on a message. She says meow. Her message is heard and respected appropriately. I mean, honestly, like, money can stop you, obviously, but if you're like, well, I've always enjoyed history, this is something that I want to do, what's keeping you? Other than money. Parents don't count. Make of that what you will, we make so much of it. Also, she's trying to see my food, as is her God-given right. As is her right. Andrika, Bluetooth! I love history in school, and I love it now, but somehow it never occurred to me that I could study it. That reminds me of something that Neil said the other day about archiving. Maybe we shouldn't get rid of all of this. I think that'd be bad to get rid of some of it, though. That might be nice. I can't get rid of Pebbles' attack. I know we don't need all this. I don't care. The women's stuff we really don't need. I'm gonna keep it anyway. This is where Tam's hoarder. Did we just take every did I just put everything in here that we can sell? This is quite a lot. We're gonna be here for 10 years, although we are at the end of the road. What a shame that you can't sell herbs here. People saying interesting things. Tabbing out. When I say the other day that you had forgotten, that you didn't realize that you could do stuff in, like, archiving. Someone tagged me on Discord where Tam is explaining exactly what she's dissertating. Unless, Tam, you want to say it for the umpteenth time. I'm happy to. I think family curse. That can also be solved by a surgical knife. Many problems can be solved by a surgical knife. To be honest, I've only ever sold self-blacksmith things in this chest. Apparently you can sell more. I did not know that. I mean, no, I knew that you could sell, like, oh, you scrap, you get off other people, but no selling herbs. Only pick. Only pick. He says, sell my stolen shit. That too! It's so convenient. You can just fence it quietly. That said, Chris, my PhD is in history. Oh god, I'm gonna go right into the muck and the mire here. Only sold gold stuff in the chest because Magdalena said something about only selling the good stuff there. Really? I've been told to keep the gold stuff because you can give it to her for custom orders. Yeah, this shit. Fucking disgusting. Why do I bathe? This is a sensory nightmare. Stop hawking your shit. I will come over if you don't yell at me.
I'm not doing anything. You're doing a great job keeping watch.
I swear, guards never change.
Come and take your pick. New wares. Come and take a look.
You should repair everything. That's what I do too. Yeah.
Leather pouches, belts, straps.
Oh, pouches, not couches. I was like, someone's selling couches? Surely, if you're selling something, it's already supposed to be high quality, and you don't need to yell about it. Expensive things won't sell until your prestige is high enough. Oh, interesting.
Keep close to the others. It's not safe here.
I just need a fucking tailor.
Where did you get that new bed? Quality goods.
Do we not have a tailor on this fucking map? Where is one? Oh, here. Okay, so this is not... I thought that was for, like, cutting hair.
Wares. Getting splinters from it. Nowhere.
I'm sorry.
You should be. As I distractedly look for a tailor.
I went to
Chris,
see
my dissertation is about the ways in which the kiss changed from homosocial to heterosexual over the course of the 12th century.
What are you here for, stranger?
That's the log line.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Ma'am. The famed bohemian style couches, right? Although I feel like they took too long. Only 5? I'll take the lot, ma'am. Tell us more? I would love to. They should have had couches earlier, I feel like. That should have been a thing. I guess they had like cushions and shit, but come on. You can do better. So basically, before the 12th century, you had all of these extremely homosocial spaces. Largely, I'm talking monasteries. Monks would write things to each other like, I dream of kissing each of your toes, dear father, uh, not once, but many, many times, or I want to lick your innermost parts. Um, really, just wonderful things that delight me personally. Um, and they're not necessarily sexual, but also they're not, you know? Like when they're talking about I want to lick your innermost parts. They're probably referencing the Christ side wound, but Christ's side wound also has yonic sort of symbolism associated to it. It's supposed to look like a vagina. So is he kind of coming onto him? Maybe a little bit. Henry wants to lick Hans's innermost parts. Yes, he does. So they say these really fun things. The licking your innermost parts is one of my favorites, but I have some real banger lines in there that I have found. I love my freak bitches. So that was before the 12th century. It's sort of doesn't fare true. That is so slowly phased out as we approach the 12th century. A couple of things happen. People start moving to cities. There is a population boom. The cities become larger. They end up having guilds, actually. They get more of a structural identity associated with the location. Because before that, you mostly just had scattered farmers. Now, as people flock to cities, you get the idea of, oh, I am someone who is from Kuttenberg, for example. And then you have a regional identity to go with that. And there are some scholars that have argued, although this has also been disputed, so take it with a grain of salt. Goes both ways in terms of what scholars have said, but it's been said that the 12th century invented with it the individual. The counterpoint to that is that it invented the community, like the idea of especially religious communities as well. Like I am Catholic and you aren't, so you have this sort of idea of in group and out group, and the church also got a lot more oversight in the 12th century. So before that, especially things like weddings were much more um not relaxed. They necessarily didn't even necessarily happen. You'd have couples who would they would sleep together and then they'd be like, well, I guess we're married now, and that was that. So the church suddenly, or as the 12th century approaches, the church is increasingly saying, no, you have to do it right, and you have to follow our rules, and here are the rules, and you can't be too related. And another thing that they do is when Lateran 3 passes in the early 12th century, they bring with it a marked change that says that um, priests no longer are allowed to marry, because there was a whole uproar surrounding the idea of priest marriage, that if your priest is balls deep in his wife and then handles the Eucharist with the hands that were just fucking a woman, that is something that turned parishioners off, and it took away legitimacy from the church, because the church is preaching, hey, don't have as little fun as possible if you are having sex, as if you would use his hands on the woman. Yeah. So yeah, they are increasingly um bearing down on that, and that's awkward, because they outlaw it there. They tried to outlaw it a couple times before that. There were a couple of different like church referendums and such, and people just kind of ignored them. So then they made it really like church law through Lateran 3. And did you just Purell your hand subconsciously? No, it's hand cream. Um Although that is hilarious. I kind of wish I had now. Um if he was balls deep in his wife's brother. Exactly. Although he can still do that. That is still allowed. Well, I say that. That you're not supposed to do that per the church. You were never supposed to do that. But like, it's not allowed the way that, oh, like you know what I mean. Suddenly priest marriage is outlawed. You're just not allowed to be married anymore. And that's really awkward for priest wives. I'm going off on a tangent, but that's fine. These poor women were suddenly like reduced, they were sent out. It's like they had children. A tangent. A tangent. That's beautiful. So these women are bingo. I'm not playing bingo. Everyone play bingo if you want to. A mod can pin the bingo if they so choose. In our parents of Christianity, priests retain the ability to marry. Obviously, there are monks and such, but our version of parish priests could and can marry. Catholic? Question mark. Free divorce. Exactly. Suddenly, these women are concubines, and then Pope Alexander hosted the Ballad of the Chestnuts for some reason, which was wild. Pope Alexander was wild in general. Yeah, our Lutherans are allowed to marry too. Yeah, Lutherans are. It's us just hashtag Catholicism. Orthodox. Okay, yeah, that's again very different. We're talking here canon Catholic law. They are very different. My old Lutheran pastor converted to Catholicism and had to get a writ from the Pope that he could keep his wife and children. That is so cool. Because yeah, essentially that was the issue, right? These women are suddenly concubines. These children suddenly no longer have inheritance rights. That's actually one reason why the church made this ruling in the first place. It's because they didn't want any sort of inheritance disputes, canon not fanon, exactly, canon law. They didn't want to deal with inheritance rights that the children of priests would want to inherit the parish, for example. Me being reformed, your Catholic laws have no power here, nor should they. Again, this applies only to canon law Catholics in the Middle Ages specifically. Christian fanon is weird. For all the divisions, our branches have this one is one of the funniest. Oh, thank you, Riv. Thank you for posting that. So, back to the crazy ass Catholics who are my beloved thing to study because they're so fucking weird. The where was I? Yeah, so they didn't want children to say like, "Oh, I want to inherit the church." They wanted to keep that free. So these children are just fucked. The women are fucked. And there's very much a case of like the priest didn't like this, the women didn't like this, the people liked it more because like, well, you know, your priest hands are not now necessarily not sullied, but although it does sort of increase um the risk, I guess. The priests are unfucked. That is, yeah. Um, it does sort of increase the risk also of homosexuality. So around the turn of the 12th century, which I know I did a whole like thing on, I need to post that thing honestly. While I was on medication, so you know. Uh, at the turn of the 12th century, we get this wonderful little split. And they also just priesthood cannot be inherited. Uh, yeah, but they don't necessarily want that to be necessary 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Like the church loves building in their fail safes, only adding in the things that they care about. Um, so like, because the thing is that a lot of priests were already challenging that because they already had said that priesthood cannot be inherited. But now children were saying, "Hey, I want this. All for me, nothing for thee." They are very good at that. So around the turn of the 12th century, we have a shift where we both have the monks getting freaky with each other in their friendship, said in scare quotes. There was oh my god, there was one beautiful anecdote relayed by Bede. So we're talking like 5th century, where that like because my study is on the kiss, the pax, the kiss of peace. It was shared between these two Christian brothers, not actual literal brothers, and they were so old that on their deathbeds that they wanted to share one last kiss of peace because in kissing each other they're kissing Christ through each other. This is a like mystical sensorium type thing, right? This is I'm kissing Christ on the astral plane. So they're so old that they couldn't lift their heads enough. Like they were brought out to lay next to each other so they could have one last kiss of peace, but their attendants had to sort of lift up their heads so they could kiss each other. So like these sorts of things used to be a big thing in friendship. And friendship comes with a million asterisks, of course. So you've got priests writing these things about kissing toes and such. Mind flayer priests. Kissing toes, licking parts, and at the same time, you've got certain people, priests, writing to both young boys and also women, and they are more romantically inclined, and it's interesting. So we also in the 12th century, the biggest thing is that we start to have courtly love emerging as an idea. Um, and romance becomes a thing. We didn't have the first courtly romance until the 11th century. I fear you've unlocked something terrible here, but I'm gonna keep going. We are not flirting with Hans today, I don't think. Oh my god. I'll try, but back on topic. Yes, kiss your friends. So we did not until the 11th century did we have um courtly romances. Give me everything. I love you. Um, yeah, courtly romances didn't become a thing until much later, and much later than you'd expect. And even the first one had like two heterosexual kisses. One of them was between a married couple who was very in love and they were mad kissing each other. Um, there was another instance in the same courtly romance, and this one is weird, but it tells us something important. And I'll tell you what it is after I'm done telling you about the story. The story is called Rotlieb, and it is about a man who is red of hair, red of beard. I want some backing music here. Um, hang on, let me.
Let's talk about the price.
I suppose we could give it a try. Aye, that sum will convince
Thank you.
me.
Okay,
Happy to be of service.
I need another
sir.
tailor. Spent 10,000 groschen. Hell yeah. How have I only spent that little? Where's my backing music? I need to go to the other tailors. I'm so sad. I appreciate you. So right, the titular Rotlieb has red hair, as you might have expected. Is your homies good night, everyone, and good morning. And he has a friend, and I say friend very loosely. The man has kind of a bad reputation. His hair is also red. We don't ever learn his name. All we know is that he has red hair, and he's like the quasi friend slash maybe cousin of the titular Rotlieb. Do you have music back? I want a backing track for this.
You never know these days.
Greetings. What do you need?
Kiss your homies, period.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Can I get music to go with this? Henry just read a new history book because he reads everything he gets his hands on since learning how to, and explains the church history to Hal, while Hans tries to come up with how to suggest bringing Kiss of Peace back because it sounds like a wonderful idea. It's still a thing in the church, but it even was being phased out there. It's not gay to kiss your friends, exactly. It's not gay if it's the Pax. I'm just going to turn on, and I'll turn it down a bit, but I want backing music. Okay. So, back to where it was. Right. So he has a red-headed friend, and I say friend very, very loosely. The man finds a MILF where he's like, damn girl, she's fairly young. It's not gay if Jesus is watching. It's not gay if Jesus is involved. The woman is fairly young. She is married to a much older man. Like, we're talking not far from croaking. She is not happy. The man approaches her. Jesus is gay confirmed? I mean... John? Beloved John? New channel point redemption. Pax! Everyone kiss the screen! Kiss this for me. God, that's such a funny idea. So, he approaches this woman and is like, listen, I have a really hot friend, and he can take you away from this life. The Pax Tamana? The Pax Tamana! Oh my god, that's so good. I'm sorry, I have to write that down. That's incredible. Can someone pin that, please? Oh, it's the Pax, not Pex. Okay, that's adorable. I need a mod to pin Pax Tamana. Name your son Jesus, now you can kiss men. True. Dona nobis pacem gets a new meaning. Done. Thank you, Meal. God, that's so fucking funny. Right, so he approaches this woman and is like, I have a really hot friend, and I will hook you up with him, and he can get you out of this shit life that you clearly want to escape. She does. For the low price of sleeping with me for like 10 times. And she's like, yes, I'll take that deal. For some reason, that seemed like a good idea. And like, she's like, oh, no, not even a thought of, oh, maybe he's scamming me. She's like, yeah, let's fucking go. And so they have sex 10 times in her home while her husband goes full cuck and watches through like a door. Now, he doesn't interrupt until they're finished. I don't know why he did that to himself, but he decides to interrupt at the very end after he's done watching, right? No doubt enjoying himself in some measure. So he interrupts and is like, the fuck are you doing? And the young man, good for him, decides to defend himself when the man attacks him. Technically self-defense. Unfortunately, something goes wrong. The fuck are you doing? Yes, that's the idea. They are doing the fuck. The old man gets hit a little too hard, I guess, or takes a bad fall. Point is, he accidentally dies, and it is an accident. Like, the man did not mean to kill the old husband, but he did anyway. It just happened, but the woman feels insanely guilty about it, to the point where she goes out and is like, hear ye, I have committed the gravest of sins, and I need you to kill me about it. And the police are like, excuse me, the fuck? You want us to do what now? Because you cheated on your husband? Because your husband died accidentally in a fight? You want us to kill you? She's like, yeah, I need you to kill me. And they're like, no, we're not gonna do that. That's fucking weird, man. And yes, the fuck? So she's like, okay, instead, fucking die. God damn it. Calling that a second pin of honor. Like, we can't pin multiple things. Wait, can we pin multiple things? Can you pin that message? You understand, yeah. Meal, can you pin that message? The fucking die. Only one pin. Damn. Okay. Well, in my heart. Fucking die. So, pin on Discord. Yes. Life comes and goes. I'm gonna have to kill myself. See, damn. So, the woman instead is like, okay, since you won't. We only have one pin. Yeah, you can't all keep being funny. The people will not be silenced. This is the true meaning of the Tam Square. There's only one pin. Oh my god! You guys are too fucking good. Holy shit, that's amazing. So because they won't kill her, the woman is like, okay, so what you're gonna do instead? I need you to do this. I need you to cut off my nose and my mouth at the lips. Like, cut off my lips specifically so all my teeth are visible so that no one will want to kiss me anymore. And again, they're like, you want us to do what? And they don't do it. But this anecdote from the first courtly romance, Rotlieb, tells us that they did kiss. And that's important. Because I'm pointing this out because there are so few heterosexual kisses before the 12th century. Like, we are looking at a lacuna. There's nothing there. These are like the two only ones. Oh wait, there's another one. On the Tam Square, everybody's yelling. This woman seems very mentally stable and not overreacting. Yes, no, I mean, we can understand her. All of us, really. This is not all an overreaction. God. In fact, there's another one. A woman who's... Oh my god, I cannot forget her name. Hang on. She needs to be credited for this. Women are not credited for more than enough things. Let me find. It's on the tip of my tongue. I need you to load document, please. There we go. Rosbita of Gandersheim. There we go. I relate to her. I also overreact to the slightest bit of inconvenience. Exactly what I'm saying. Roswitha of Gundelsheim wrote a bunch of stories that condemned kissing as like lascivious, and she wrote this whole story. It's not Hildegard von Bingen. No, she's later. She's 12th century, later 12th century even, and she also was not talking about kissing. But Roswitha of Gundelsheim was writing these little plays, these little, prose pieces, short stories. She writes one story where this king wants to kiss. Oh my god, this is just going to turn into a lecture. I am so sorry, you guys. You're being subjected to this now. This is just how it's going to go. So she writes one story about a Muslim king. This is for complaining though. I love you. I love everyone in this bar. We're all learning. Roswitha. Let me type it in. Of course, the one time I just don't complaining where I love you. You'll get Twitch tenure if you keep this up. Oh man, I need more viewers for that. Roswitha of Gundelsheim. I could sit and listen to Tam history lessons all day. I love you. We're not hostages. We're here willingly and enthusiastically. I love you so much. And this is Rotlieb. The other thing we were talking about. Okay. The old such sentence that survived from the late 11th century is also about love, but is it about kissing? Because that is important. If it's not relevant to me. I'm sad and I won't move my fat ass away from you. I love you. I love you guys so much. So it talks about building a nest. Send it to me, please. If there's anything even remotely about kissing, I'll take it. So, because before that, the earliest, like the mentions we had of kissing were, you have the source, my friend. Yeah, before that, other than the pacts, romantic kisses, we're looking at like Rome. In instances where this one slave, and I'm going to put scare quotes on this too, accidentally, I don't know how this happens, accidentally kissed his master's daughter, and he was nearly killed for it because he was he sullied his master's daughter, which is his property, and the kiss specifically was not his to take. The kiss itself was the property that was the owner's to give away during a marriage contract, right? Kissing was very much something that was considered a contractual agreement for a very long time. Yeah, it's fucking wild. So, and of course the feudal kiss was there, and that also was taken extremely seriously. But romantic kisses, not so much. We have to go way back. Even in the Bible, there aren't really romantic kisses. There's only one that's explicitly romantic, and it is not consensual. So, moving right along. Roswitha of Gundelsheim. She's writing these little stories. They're wonderful. It is crazy. She's writing these wonderful little stories. In one of them, a Muslim king gets this Christian twink, and he's really into him. And he's like, he tries to kiss him, and the boy is like, bruh, no. And he specifically says that he can't kiss him because it would be religiously inappropriate. He doesn't mention gender, and so of course John Boswell was like, well, that suggests that they were more okay with it. It doesn't really. I love the man, but like, it doesn't necessarily suggest that. It just says that he's using that specifically as an excuse because the Muslims, perhaps, and largely were, considered to be, these heretics that would do anything. So that would be a poor excuse for him to give there anyway. Sealed with a kiss? Exactly. Yes. Contracts were sealed with kisses. Marriages were sealed with kisses. But she has one story in particular that I love the most of all. These 3 Christian virgins. We're setting ancient Rome. Thank you. I'm going to grab that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. So Roswitha of Gundelsheim in the 11th century is writing a story about these 3 Christian virgins who did not want to become besmirched in any way. The setting is Rome, and there is I don't remember how high up he was. I don't think he was like in charge of all of Rome, but he was like an important guy, like a senator or something. And he specifically wanted to marry these women, or at least wanted to marry them off to good pagan husbands. And they're like, no. So because they said they wanted to, and also of course if they could have happy lives so long as they renounced their Christianity, and they were very against that, obviously. So he locks them up. I guess there wasn't a jail because he locked them into the pantry. And here's where things get fun, and here's where I love this story the most. He's into these women. So he, at night, sneaks into the pantry and tries to sleep with them, and becomes convinced for some reason that as he embraces pots and pans, that he is actually kissing the women, and they just watch this happen and have a good laugh. So yeah, he's not kissing the women, he's actually kissing a bunch of pots and pans. Is he fucking stupid? Yes. And of course, in doing so, he didn't lock them into the closet, no, just a pantry. And how drunk was he? Good question. Probably very. He is fucking stupid. Yeah. So he becomes covered in soot doing this, runs outside, pansexual. Oh my god. But I need more pins. You guys are so fucking funny. Holy shit. Chef's kisses, right? Pansexual. He ends up running outside to like boast about his exploits, and instead his men think that he's the devil because he's all covered in soot, and so he's humiliated and he puts the women to death. And that's a wonderful story we get from Hospital of Gundelsheim, which I love. Saving them all on stream chat. Yes, thank you. So he puts them to death, of course. Yeah, they won't renounce their Christianity. They humiliated him. He didn't get to sleep with them. They're not willing to take pagan husbands. Unbelievable. Can you believe these women? So such wonderful anecdote. He humiliated himself. He sure did. Men, am I right? So funny without context. It's so good. So these are the few instances that I've listed that we have kisses like before the 12th century. But then around the turn of the 12th century, we have them all popping up about Marbod of Rennes and Baudry of Bourgogne and several others, Hildebert of Lavardin. They are all writing romantic poetry to men and women, and about men and women. And so the waters become a bit muddied, and we also add into that the Regensburg poems, which are beautiful, in which we have excerpts like one woman saying, like, it's a poem by a woman who is like, I'm so upset, dear teacher, because you prefer Berta's lips to mine. And so we're getting increasingly hints of romance and kissing. There is a Discord server. I entrust this task to the mods. It's actually the 1-year anniversary of the Discord server, which is exciting. So, thank you so much, Riv. Oh, you guys are so fast. Thank you. Alright, so in the 12th century, courtly love starts picking up. We start getting a ton of courtly love authors all over the place. There isn't. It's his birthday today. It sure is. Everyone is on point. Everyone is on top of things today. So, a couple things come together in the 12th century. We've got the changes, the structural changes, where people are moving into towns and cities en masse. Communities start being developed. Both the Christian communities, like, oh, I am Christian and you are not. I am from Kuttenberg and you are not. And people start developing these loyalties. And at the same time, there's also, often at the edge of town, you've got nunneries being built, and often connected to castles, which are increasingly being built specifically out of stone. Because they kept burning down, right? They had wood castles and they kept burning down. So increasingly castles are being built out of stone. And attached to those stone castles are monasteries. And so we've got this wonderful overlap of all these different categories. People are becoming slightly more affluent. affluent, I can talk, and having a lot of babies, and overall prosperity. People get more rights. They can exert those rights to a certain extent regarding their like liege lords, and sometimes lords were not a fan of this, mind you. Principalities and such, lords in those principalities were like, these peasants are getting too big for their britches, but there wasn't really anything they could do. They tried passing laws, but then the guilds and like I think early trade unions were right there to say like, you're not allowed to do that. We have a charter. So add to that, priests are no longer allowed to get married, and suddenly gay and straight start intermingling. There was quite a queer scene and quite a lot of queer literature around this time, and a lot of queer bathhouses, and the church didn't like that. Marriage, of course, is also further litigated by the church, so they're making all sorts of rules about who's allowed to get married, when, and how, and you have to do the reading of the banns first. Oh yeah, absolutely, the intermingling is the problem. And with Lateran IV, in the 1170s, 1174? Is it 1174? Lateran IV is passed that says, no gay. No more gay. You're not allowed to be gay. I posted a link in literature. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, no more being gay. Add to that the courtly love. We've got, especially with the in-group, out-group thing, the building of community, it's very much about exclusion, right? The idea of the heretic comes out at this time.
Don't tell me you don't fancy a drink.
I do, thank you. Thank you so much. Heretics. Colin Morris has a wonderful book about this that he then later expanded on. Originally, he was saying that the 4 different groups came out in the 12th century, started being constructed essentially, and that was sodomites, heretics, witches, and Jews. And those were the 4 big ones of like, it was heretics, lepers, witches, and Jews. Sodomites were included in heretics. The big 4, yes. Now he later on was like, that list needs to be bigger. He wrote another book and was like, I was premature in assigning just 4. We have so many more that we need to put on that list. Not just lepers, witches, and heretics, and Jews, but also Muslims, and sodomites specifically, and all of these other fun groups that don't quite fit into the mold. We've got branches of Catholicism that are sprouting off and that the church is not happy about. They also get grouped in. And so you've got this idea of, okay, I am Christian and these people aren't. And that sort of creates a lot of exclusion, a lot of, imagine being a heretical Jewish leper witch. Yeah. Either gender, really, but it's worse if you're a woman always. Yeah, just generally speaking. So, women have had it rough. So it comes with extra discrimination. There's suddenly way more pressure to fit into the mold that you are supposed to fit into, that you're expected to fit into, that you're required to fit into. And not a lot of people actually, well, rather, if someone slips up, it's bad. So you also have a sort of more of a societal panopticon. This doesn't happen until 1215? Was it 1215? Lateran V passed. Am I getting confused? Oh my god, I've moved all of them back one. Or forward one. Point is, the one that said priest's marriage is Lateran II. The one that said no gay is okay is Lateran III. The one I'm talking about now, which I think was 1215, is Lateran IV. Okay. Lateran IV says everyone has to go to confession. And that's when we start getting confession accounts. And that changes a lot of things. So we start learning all sorts of things that people are doing. Simple, just apply maths, multiply negatives so they cancel out. 4 of them, that's pairs, so the result is positive. Problem solved. KCD confessions, exactly. Get your ass in the confessional. Except I say that is not what happened. This was done publicly. Confessions were public, and confessions were happening, weirdly enough, before the 12th century and after the 12th century, but not during the 12th century. There was a brief period of time where confession wasn't really happening, and we don't have any records, which is neat and convenient for the 12th century specifically. It infuriates me. We have penitentials, and these are old books, from the 4th and 5th and 6th centuries, and I think one is from the 8th, and then people keep writing them. So they get imported and exported. There are Irish penitentials that end up in France, and French penitentials that end up in Ireland, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of cultural exchange happening with regard to penitentials, and some of them are a lot stricter than others. There's one, the 12th century, fine, keep your secrets. Yeah, I don't know why. The only thing that happened was that priests would, like, especially on their deathbeds, they would confess to each other. And so I'm like, why did they keep records? I want those fucking records. I want to hear what they confessed. Let's say the medieval priest would have an aneurysm upon reading KCD confessions with something like that. They'd be right at home. Oh, absolutely. Yes. They would know exactly what to condemn. Weirdly enough, I hope no one is eating. If you're eating, mute the mic for like a minute. My favorite thing that shows up in one of the penitentials, and I think I've mentioned this before, in which case forgive me for those of you who've heard this before. One of the worst things they say, one of the worst sins you can do is throw up the Eucharist, but it's even worse, almost to the point of being unforgivable, if you throw up the Eucharist and then the dog eats that throw up. But specifically a dog. And I remember looking up why this was the case, and it is just because of a specific reason, but it's so fucking funny. It's crazy that there's written records of the past. We humans sure love to write stuff down and get rid of those records. Anvika! You mentioned this, but a few streams ago, there you go. But not everyone was there. Priest dying, Marcus, come closer. Right? Yes, my brother, what is it? Tell me your sins. Fucking love feet, specifically your feet. Dies. That's exactly it. Morbidly fascinated by all this. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here for this mystery lesson. Hilariously, King Richard III, who was just straight up gay, right? We can debate this all day long with historians saying no, he wasn't. My favorite one, and I know I've mentioned this one before, my favorite argument from one of the old historians from like born in the 20s, he was like, was it him? Point is, someone writing about Richard III and Philip II was saying like, well, of course they had to share a bed because people shared beds back then. They weren't wealthy enough to have bigger beds. They were monarchs. So it's almost certain that Richard III had, was it Richard II? Oh my god, am I getting confused now? Richard the First? Richard the Lionheart. There we go. Richard the Lionheart, him. But Philip II. Those two. Absolutely porking. Yeah. Poor king. But Richard the Lionheart definitely had like a bastard at one point. So we know that he did the, customary thing of, oh, well, I have to sleep with a woman. But he absolutely was so gay. Don't repeat that, like, as a footnote. Because people will get real mad. But, like, honestly, they've conserved their energy spending. Have you seen the oil prices? Exactly. It also goes into beds. I wish my history teacher was as passionate as you are. You demonstrated defenestration with the class bully. Oh my god. No, I love history. I love history so much. It's so cool. There's so many fun parts of history. I love them so much. Richard, there was only one bed. Oh no, servant, my liege, there are multiple beds within the... There was only one bed. The original only one bed man. So I need more pins. God, actually, I'm writing that down as well. Everyone that's been fucking hilarious has to be written down as getting the pin of honor. History's the best. I wish I'd been allowed to continue archaeology study. You should have! Damn! Back when beds were built into closets. Sometimes, and depends on the region as well. That didn't always happen. Especially in the Netherlands, that was a big thing. Hanish, I can't afford another bed. Chris, that's such a good idea for a purpose. Like, Hanish, I want a bigger bed. I think the bed is big enough for Henry. I don't think we need to keep another bed in here. It was until the late 1800s. Yeah, but mostly in certain areas. I know that the Scandinavian countries also did it. But I know there's a lot of regions that did not do this. A lot of it was for, like, energy conservation. So it makes sense if the Scandinavian countries did it for like heat. That's where they kept the gays. Oh my god. So, where's I going with all of this? Richard the Lionheart, right? Yeah, on his deathbed, he specifically asked for a priest for a very private confession, and he confessed something. The priest was like, I can't repeat this to anybody, and he refused to write it down. And I'm like, yeah, no, he confessed to having gay sex. That's what happened. That is the confession. I sent it actually to my advisor, whose name I almost dropped. Jesus Christ. I'll have to find it though, because there's a beautiful thing there. I'll find it. I need to write that down. Otherwise I'll forget. I think he was Richard the First. The point is Richard the Lionheart is the guy. Central heating is to the downfall of shared beds, honestly. This is why huddling for warmth is such a popular fanfiction trope. Because, you know, you gotta make it artificially cold, or you end up sending the characters out into the wilderness, or what have you. So, back on topic, courtly love comes onto the scene. The church is increasingly looking to legislate the shit out of rules for everybody's lives. I can't repeat this. I need to keep historians guessing for years to come. Yes, exactly. I need Hansry stranded in the snow. Oh my god, I want them in the snow period. It's such a good overall premise anyway. So, right. By the late 12th century, we're officially saying, like, we're acknowledging gay people and they are bad. And suddenly things become a lot harder. If you're in the excluded out group, your life just became a lot harder. And they started stamping down a lot more on gay prostitution, especially. This especially picked up when there was the plague, right? Because of course they were going to blame the sodomites. This was a big thing in Florence where they really tried to a lot of people blame Florence for the plague. They tried to shut down all the bathhouses, summarily failed. Mind you, one issue was that not bathhouses, not gay bathhouses, regular bathhouses were meeting places, and they were also what was it? What's it called? Super spreaders. They were super spreaders. So people would go to the communal meeting place, and they would all get the plague. Life sucks, let's make it worse. Basically, yes. But also, like, life sucks, and ours sucks way more. We need to make sure that people fall in line. And part of that, right, is also the, Hans is a super spreader. Oh my god! You guys are on fire today. Holy shit. Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Oh my god. Like the Oprah meme. You get a plague, and you get the plague. Yep. And of course, it's all the fault of the gays. Which reminds me of something that an anti once wrote, which is that, like, well, of course California gets wildfires and earthquakes all the time. There are loads of people there ship incest. And I was like, close enough. Welcome back, canon law. Who said? Do you want me to find it? I'll find it real quick. It's fucking wild. It blew my mind. Periods was a magical time for medieval gays. Yeah, that too. They were just, blamed for plague. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is in my TAM folder of hell. Okay, where is it? I think it's one of the later ones. There's too many in here. Oh yeah, would you kiss, kill, or marry the person in your icon? Response, kill because he's a minor. You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. Okay, where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh my god. This ends with someone had to say it. No, someone did not have to say it. Thank God there are only earthquakes and other disasters in California. Okay. Can I make this? Ooh, too big, too big. That's what Hans said. There it is. Yes, Richard, I was the Lionheart on the Game of Thrones. Remember that one? Hangi, you are so strong. Having gone through there. Game of Thrones wasn't that incest heavy compared to the House of Habsburg. I mean, few things were. Yeah, Richard the First. Beloved only one bed. Bakudeku. Yup! Of course! Hans would never complain about size. You know what? That's fair. But you know who would be worried? Henry. Henry would actually be worried. He's like, Hans is too big to go in. And Hans would be like, no, that would be a skill issue. I don't know what a Shally is. It might be, maybe it has to do with Voltron. I don't know anything about Voltron, but that sounds... And it's cisheads. And Bakudeko. Bakudeko. For, My Hero Academia. Yeah. What Rib said. Were you not listening? I am a super spreader! Anyway, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, the church worked really hard together with the state, which was also worried about people becoming more, too big for their britches. Suddenly, there's a lot of legislation and a lot more discrimination. And so, the Hauer soul can stretch to 6 inches or more. Raccoons can fit into a hole as small as 6 inches. What? 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 When the family tree becomes a family wreath. That's what I do when I play CK3. My family tree becomes a family circle. I mean, what the fuck is a raccoon? Yeah, they're not endemic to Europe. It's a meme. I give no fucks. You're so strong, Mehmet. Anyway. Yeah, so with that, as romantic love came on the scene, and we started having a lot of, like, fuckboys writing about how badly they want to be in women's beds and want to kiss women, and women are talking about how badly they want to kiss men. And that suddenly overtakes, right? Suddenly it becomes more inappropriate for the kiss of fealty to happen, for the pacts to happen outside. Like, the pacts used to even happen intra-sex only. They were on separate parts of the congregation, and the priest, of course, kissed everybody. And that's how you know, that's how herpes simplex is still around today, and I'm bitter about it. Henry gets potatoes and raccoons. He loved potatoes. So, the pax starts falling out of favor in the public's eyes. It's still happening behind closed doors, although that is also slowly being phased out, especially when the Templar trials happen, where they are accused, most likely wrongfully, of being gay and put to death for it by the French government, who really just wanted their shit. If a church or a church group or a group of the Templars become too powerful and they have too much stuff that, you know, the French king wants, suddenly they're doing something wrong and need to be executed, and all that stuff needs to be taken up by the government. It's ours now. Goodbye. Remember the Templar tidbit from Ray's Lancelot fic? Yeah, the fucking Templars. I feel bad for them because they probably weren't doing anything inappropriate. I mean, who knows? Maybe they were, for all I know. But, like, they weren't doing what was being said. 99.999% certain they were not doing what was being said, which is that the priest, in order to become part of the Templars, you had to, like, you know, kiss an asshole. You had to fuck a man. Or let yourself be fucked. Point is, these sorts of accusations were leveled against him. Like, oh yeah, you do these gay hazing rituals, basically. That is how the Friday the 13th started in Europe. That is an interesting statement. Kiss an asshole or an asshole? Both. Both. Yeah, there's also the association between heresy and witches and kissing cats' anuses specifically. That's a big thing. That remained a big thing through history, weirdly enough. Fuck a man, sign me the fuck up. Man. Yeah. So suddenly you've got an influx of the kiss of the romantic kiss takes over. This was not a thing really before, but now it's fucking everywhere, and now it is no longer appropriate for men to do that with each other in any way, shape, or form, right? So slowly, the kiss of fealty gets phased out. The kiss of peace is more slowly, but also getting phased out, and then until we finally have gay is not okay. The landscape in which Hansry live, which is still, you know, if you go to Florence, you're going to find a bunch of gay bathhouses and gay prostitution around every fucking street corner. Like, I'm talking, this was so prevalent, you could not walk a street corner without finding a male prostitute. Those cats are evil and league with the devil, exactly. Love how they put up with cats because they caught mice and rats. Yeah, basically. Something in the water in the 12th century or what? You know, it's funny because I actually gay people. I had there was a fellow colleague of mine. I was at a conference last October, and he was like, you know, I don't subscribe to the whole thing that everything changed in the 12th century. And I was like, we will have to politely agree to disagree. And he was like, fair enough. I'm like, yeah, because to me, everything did indeed change then. It's a big deal. There was one author I was reading who was like, oh, well, we scholars of the 12th century want to, anyone who is a scholar of a specific time period wants that time period to be the best. And I'm like, no, bad shit happened then. I'm not saying that that is not the case. I'm not saying, oh, the 12th century was just, a safe haven for everybody, and there was knowledge. It was like a Renaissance, although it is actually known as the medieval Renaissance, like the 12th century Renaissance, or the long 12th century is what it's also known as. Point is, lots of shit happened. A lot of it was bad. I'm not here to romanticize it, but a lot happened. The fourth order defense. Oh, that happened on Friday 13th. Interesting. Was it because France? Yeah, France was broke. Yep, they had money. They had stuff that the king wanted. The 12th century wasn't fun for most people. It was a lot of fun for a lot of people in terms of, like, you know, suddenly you have more rights if you're a peasant. You suddenly have more rights if you are living in a city and you're part of a guild slash, you know, union, basically. It was a lot of fun if you were a king, if you don't get assassinated. Or if you're Richard the Lionheart and you get to do the only one bed. Yeah. Anyway. KCD? I'm so sorry you got me so distracted. I know you guys aren't complaining, but like... Whoopsie daisy. Okay, what were we doing? Oh, right. Ooh, 22 of them. Yes, please. How expensive are they? They're pretty expensive. That's fine. I'm taking them anyway.
Ah, thank God.
Thank you so much for 100 bits, Lightfire Resin. Thank you so much. History lesson as I go through chores and then through archives is perfect. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this was fun. How many armor repair kits do I have? This is all the stuff I can sell. Oh, I can sell. Oh, I did raid the place a little bit. Thanks for listening. Hey, thank you guys for listening. For hanging out with me while I told you about my research. But that's what it's about. I wish you could give Hans presents. I need that to be a thing. There's a mod for that? Is there? Then I have to stop selling shit. I say that he doesn't need golden cups. I really want to stay at your inn. Wait, I have that one! I thought I had that one. Did I not? I thought I did. Now I'm about to put Henry in a dress. Is there? That's fun. I feel like I shouldn't give Hans any rosaries. That sends the wrong message. Or a crucifix. That feels wrong. Oh, I'm selling too much now. Oh, shit. Is it something I don't know about here? Some drama?
I'd like to do something about that price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
No drama, I just deal with the Henry Dress mod. Oh, that is wonderful.
Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
Totally not using
Glad to be of help to you,
pasta
good
to
sir.
hide Henry in a dress mod. Oh, please post it in the mod channel. Okay, I probably have enough Taylor's Kids now. I think I have more than enough to last us through the rest of the game. Probably. Just let me choose all. Please, game. Okay, yeah, I do have more than enough now. I need to stop by a church. I have some sins to pay off before we enter, like, the proper end game. Is there a church where I can, or like a, fuck, what's it called? Where I can an indulgence chest. Is there an indulgence chest nearby? Hans is nearby. Just put your indulgence in him. I pay off sins. Just go pray somewhere random on the map. I don't think that that forgives the sin of looting the dead, which is what I need forgiven. I also don't think you can, like, randomly pray just anywhere. That would be cool, though. Doing correctly this time. Forgive me if I sinned versus I was a bad boy, daddy. Exactly! Priest can send you on a pilgrimage. Yeah, but I don't want to go on a pilgrimage. I would have thought that there would be a chest near St. Anna's, but apparently not. Where's the closest one? If you would be willing to check for me, Horanki, that would be beautiful. And thank you in advance. Thank you! Appreciate you! Oh, the graveyard has one? Wait, which one? Northwest of the city. Oh. I can just use one single torch. What is this? Actually, no. Apparently they lose quality? How do torches lose quality? Anyway. There's one in Grund. Okay. I mean, northwest of the city is good with me. If it's close. Put the strange hat in our chest. Not this chest. I feel like we should go clothes shopping, though, to look nice for Hans. God damn it. I'm gonna drag my ass back out there. I feel like it's just a kind thing to do. quality torch I don't know where from. Wild. I also went outside the city near St. Bobsey where you can spare fealty to Menhard's Sword Club or your fast travel to if you bury Roniek. Did we bury him? I don't remember. Has anyone ever done like research into what the actual highest quality outfit is? I don't know. I want to look nice for Pookie. Naked? True! Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. I love Pookie. Hashtag just Henry daydreams. Gosh, what else came up yesterday? I did learn something horrifying about one of my colleagues. But that's not. No one needs to know that. Wait, do you make more money off of clothing if it's not dirty? Like the patron's coat and glasses? Patron's coat. Northwest of the city, inside the walls where you went for Cat's Quest, or in huge graveyard northeast next to the monastery, there's old Kutna too. Many options. Thank you so much. Oh, excuse me. If you do make more money, if clothes are clean when you're selling them, I'm about to be real fucking annoyed. Let me look it up real quick. See if I can find anything. Not finding anything. There's no point in accumulating so much money. You don't know me. How dare you? I will sit on my dragon's hoard and I will like it. Honestly, some people. Shaking my head. I'm glad you guys agree. Need to retain some presents for Pookie. I feel like we can get rid of the silver stuff. Although this is fancy. What would Hans like the most as a gift other than Henry's dick? We know that one is, that's a given. I miss Pookie already. Same! We barely left! Henry's lips? Yeah. Look, I'm thinking now, like, what fashion? The bridal? Oh my god! Okay, that! Now there's a thought! Maybe I have. Wait, is that something I can take stuff from? No, no. Oh, it's just for sitting. I see. Alric, I hear you.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
I admit. Having Babak voice trembling come in to be like, no herbs, girl. God, that emote is incredible. Rude? No, no, it's fair. I deserve that. Oh, we need to go see him anyway. Babak jump scare? Yes. With thanks to Harangi for that. Where's he gonna be? Is he gonna be around there in the evening
Don't
still?
tell me you don't fancy a drink after all that.
I do, thank you. Okay, I'm still dressed. I was like, did someone say something about me being naked?
I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
Ooh, stretching too, thank you. Oh, that was a delightful pop. I know, like, with EDS, you're not supposed to stretch so much, but sometimes you gotta. Do you expect anyone else to come up with it? It's so good. No, it's such a good line. For that especially. Me like a medieval peasant today, bread, fruits, and veggies. I mean, that sounds delicious.
Here's to the fortifications.
We have to, I'm sorry.
A fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Brightened in the Czech sun.
Oh, Henry, I love you so much. Here, in the middle of the city. The fact that you let you just do it over and over again is the most beautiful thing of them all for me. Mutt, do you want food? Mutt, come here.
Here, Mutt.
I say you drop that chicken leg. Do I have more sausages? He never gets tired of
Look
it.
what I have for you.
It's always this. Oh my god, we have so many. Wait, no. Oh god, yeah, no, we have 13 of these. Mutt, you gotta eat faster. I hope you're feeling real fucking hungry. We're gonna be here a while. Not right now.
Here you go. Take it.
I just don't want it to go bad. Eat that sausage, my boy. Waiting for you. Okay, now we can go.
Be careful. God, he's punishing
Tom mimics the line every time. Does he really? Last stream he said, I can't get distracted and didn't even finish the sentence before triggering the fountain line. That is so good. Am I allowed in here? Yes. Oh, it's through here. Fuck. Okay, I have to go around. Oh, wait. Woodland Garden, you say. Wait, no, fuck. I've been denied herbs. God damn it. Herbless behavior from Tam. Shaking my head. Cruelly denied herbs.
Those aren't Vavak's men. I smell trouble.
You shouldn't be walking around by yourself. Awful things happen here.
What? I can't tell if you're threatening me or not, sir.
Hey? Hey, what the hell are you looking for?
Master Vavak is busy.
Herbs deserve to live without fear. Oh, I mean, going in.
What are you on about? I can clearly see you two aren't Vavak's men.
How could you possibly know, eh?
Vavak's guards wear his crest. A golden 5-petaled rose on a blue field. Come clean.
So smart.
Whose back are you watching? Some thieves?
No thieves. Christian of Pisek is visiting.
The steward of the Royal Mint.
Christian of Pisek? I know him. If he's here, I want to talk to him.
Hey, should we believe him?
Why not let him go? He's alone. If anything happens, we could just kick him out.
Please, come in.
The herbs have done nothing wrong in their lives. The poor, poor herbs. I got some buffering. Fuck! have to fucking do it again. Again. Tell me it's better. Tell me it's better. I don't think it's better. I'm not hearing you guys. We're back? Wait, only voice? Good old audio? No. Are you serious? No video? Fuck. Alright, please hold.